Anyway, what do you want to do? I will leave, but it's easy.
Yes, please. I'm good. How are you? Yes. Sorry? No, I'm awake. Yes. What do you mean? Everything is fine. How are you? You're still in Al Zahir? Emax or Sephora? Sephora. You don't want to come to Emax? Jamaica? Yes. But they are here temporarily. They say they are here temporarily. They said 3 months. That's what they said. From direct to really. Again, most staff were removed. Most staff again were removed to come down. I heard they were 6 that time. Really? Yeah, but maybe there could be some problem. Instead of hiring, why are they removing from up to down? They should do down, hire for down. Yeah, but they might change in the future. They left from your company. But what could be the problem? Why people are leaving? At least we check and see. At least you have to check and see. At least you can for you can stay when you know. The guy who left, who went to Borab. Yeah, it is possible because no, very big one. I've never gone there. How much are they giving? Yeah, but how much? If you know how much. They don't give more than 5. Really? Because when I spoke to Emeka told me they give 7,000. I think that is direct and not direct. There is. So they are doing like the way Dyson is doing. They are doing like exactly how Dyson is doing. So there are people from direct and there are people who are from outside. You mean Dyson or this Dreamy? Dream is now under Jump also. Heroes. Okay. Okay.
This here.
4,500. But that is under Heroes. So it's a big one. Yeah. Maybe they're outsourcing. It was what they did. They give to outsource team. But they are giving less money now. It's very less. If Dyson is giving 5,000, why would people join that Dreamy, which is not even something in the market yet? Yeah, because there is one guy who left, and that guy, Emeka, told me that she got a better deal. Okay. So when I was asking which deal did she get, he said she got 11,000. So I don't know which company, but 11,000. Yes. No, from Dyson. Yeah, from direct Dyson to another. There was one lady who left. That's what he told me. 11,000 or 12,000, like that. You met her? Yes, she's a stylist, yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but she's getting I think 12,000 dirhams. This is what confirmed by Emeka. Because I was requesting Emeka, I was really disturbing him. I need to join Dyson, and I would love to join directly in direct Dyson. Then Emeka was telling me, yeah, you can join, bro. I can try as much as I can, but I don't know why they are pushing us down. Maybe they are trying to remove us from direct to how they call it, third party. Yes, it's a training, but they pulled 6 people that time, and one of the guy was the top seller. I don't know he's from which country, Ghana, something like that. No, there was one Ghana guy from Ghana. Now I think he's in Virgin in MOE. Okay. Yes, Benjamin. Yes, Benjamin. He's always talking about him. He's called Benjamin. So Emeka was telling me Benjamin is the top seller. Why they did? Yeah, he's not selling because he was the top seller in the storeroom. Now he lost energy. He came to the store. He's always coming there to talk to us. He says he doesn't have energy to sell because they are thinking they will remove them from direct to third party. This is what they are thinking. They are reducing them down, right? So that's why also they are worried. But when I spoke to Anton, you remember Anton? Okay. When I spoke to Anton said no, they are here for 3 months. Now again, this guy came, Ashraf came last Friday. I met Ashraf. Ashraf was telling me, give me your CV. Then I was talking to him, I was telling him I need to go to direct. And he was like, right now direct they are not taking because we need people in third party. We are removing people from direct to third party to support us, but they are here only for 3 months. Then they will go back after we get our money power. Yes. From direct.
Total 2,000. 1,000?
Zahir. So I believe something is going on. You off today? You're going to work? You still in the house or you're already in the mall? Okay. So you're driving? I thought you off. So when are you coming to check on us? Or you don't want? Yeah, you promised me you'll come, I'll be coming, but you never turned up. Even up now, I've never seen it. Because of the customers, no Sephora is too much. I know. All the time.
I want to buy this. Sorry, dear.
All the time.
I want to ask you.
Please come in Yes. And it's easy to buy.
I know. Okay. So do you need to come back to MOE or no? If a maker moves, I call you. I can push Shandon to bring you. Why? Okay. Okay. Yeah, but we are trying. Sometimes we are matching. You know? We are giving. Sometimes when they are giving 1,999 and we are giving 1,999 sometimes. Now, yes. The Arab ID. Yes.
I just want to snap it.
It's okay. I'll come out of it. So they are not matching anymore. Because you know, Sephora has a different kind of customers. You get. Okay. But do you still have more colors there? Because for us we have only one color right now. Really? Only. That's the problem. Yes. To find which one? Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, can you take a picture, please?
So send me in WhatsApp. I'll check for it. Okay, sure, no problem. It's okay, no problem. So, thank you too.
Guys, good evening. Good evening. Hello, man.
Yes, sir.
You're recording videos for your blog
Yes, sir.
or for this? Okay, good.
Egyptian stock.
Like we are not even
Yeah, I can understand. Nobody's really like actually, but like why not you want to tell them to lose the money on the market? Make sure consistency and we are having to like access companies if we are to do like a billion market, we are always yeah, like if you do like Forex market, have a like same
Hello. Hello, welcome.
Thank you so much.
अरे ये बात सुनिए
spending that money for his personal vacation also you will not get. There is a lack of transparency. There is no legal issues where your any concerns with them will always not have a solution.
STL Traders.
No, I had before with different.
Hello, how are you, brother? You are on work? How is it going, everything? You are a trader or looking for broker, something else?
Everyone is asking the same question. Everyone.
Yeah, of course, if you are here, the purpose of like this is that
I'm
like
a trader, bro.
you are trader?
Yes.
The which broker you are using currently?
My broker is there. Look for this one. It's my number one. No one can change me from that one. EXNESS. That one, number one.
Excellent.
No one can confuse. Now another one, I'm trying, Raja. Dominion market, go straight last, you will see. It's also very nice now, coming market. Super.
I see.
इसका डील अपना नहीं है वो हम अभी स्टार्ट
But initially to start the discussion, we just give some basic
Puja.
Finished the table, so what?
ठीक है
that's another thing that
Jelas.
Aditya sir, ये होगा.
दो तीन कलेक्ट करो.
How are you, madam? Very good. She is respected.
But the thing is,
My biggest thing was it was Russian, Ukraine, and my for the 1 hour trip. That was like $75. I was expecting the price. I was expecting the price to go maybe about like 30, 40 pips. They, and even though it was not anything, and that price went about Like you know, sometimes you open up your M5 and it's very low, close, it shows no, just close. Close like one mistake. You got it, yeah. So nice. So what you think about this one? Like you're in markets, trade, helping trading in market, and watching a lot of the people like coming back to and you know this industry is very, very growing. This industry is where when a new trader comes in, they are encapsulated by so many things out there, right? Because if you look at the platform now, every platform entices you.
So you can speed up the time, and then when you're done with your session, when it's finished, it shows your whole graph of how you're trading it. The analysis you break down, you can loss ratio.
We built an enterprise simulator. We built magic.
Enjoy the experience.
Hi, how are you? Good.
So we don't advertise them. They just made a few. I told you. Some guys make it. Some guys make it. 50, 1 day, 2 Then comes the other debate. Just see how it doesn't count. Very nice.
Right, chapter.
I would say, go slowly.
For example, how long have you been in trading? 2 years? Wow, very good. At this point, I guess you reach a level of professionalism. You have your own history, you have your own portfolio. Tell us about your journey. Tell us about your journey. Like, what is the most difficult thing for you when you started your journey? emotions. Wow, that's a very important one. Yes, women are very emotional. I know, there's up and downs and everything. Correct. This is a very important point. Emotions. So when I start, my goal here is to reach. It's to run to my goal, to have success and to reach victory. These are the very interesting names that we have in the school. It's like a sign from the heavens at this point. So, emotions. It's a very important topic. What happens is, I want to start, I have saved up a specific amount of money. I'm not going to go to numbers because it's different for each and every one of you. So, I have my first investment, I have made my initial deposit, and I started my journey. I have my first steps. And since the market is very difficult, it's very hard to understand. There's a lot of things to take in mind. I'm following some beginner steps that I'm doing, and at the end I'm lost. I'm sad, very angry and frustrated about what happened with me. So my emotions take control over what I do. This is bad. When you want to trade, you want to put a specific goal for yourself. You want to reach your goal with your emotions aside. I know it's very difficult. I had the same thing when I started. Oh, I put $5,000 and then I lost it. I would have bought a car, I would have started a taxi business, and now it's like, wow. My emotions took a very heavy toll on myself, but at the end, I need to take a step back, take it in me, those $5,000. I can use them for information to understand my next step in my trading, to understand what did I do wrong, where did I make my mistakes, and how can I improve them and make a very better outcome. So, what did Mixify do? We provided you with the next top of the line, one of the best products that you can see, etc. I feel like I'm advertising for iPhones. Have you seen the latest iPhone suit? Do you like it? Yes, you do, actually. I can barely see it. It's in my face. What's your name, sir? It's very shy. It's okay. What's your name, sir? Come again? Shakir? Wow, means thankful. Wow, it's very interesting that we have so much name. Success, running, victory, and thank you. This is a very interesting way to see signals in life. And that's you can use in your training, in your journey. See signals, small things. Take a little bit, like let's say take a little bit of time to understand and analyze the students happening around you. And the same applies to trading. Like analyze a chart, take a little bit, just like other people said. Take in, see the market, see the long history, see how everything is going. To make it short, everything is going up. Everything is becoming more expensive. But what is the benefit of having trading on Forex is you can ride the wave, you can go the ups and downs. And this is how you become a professional. And to help you reach this, we have 4 types of accounts for each and every type of person or trader or professional there is. You have the standard account, a competitive spread, no conditions, and beginner friendly. For those who just want to test the water, put a small amount, I want to see how everything is happening, how everything is done, I don't want to risk it. Small steps, and this is good. This is good for you, and we want to help you with that. And we gave you a beginner-friendly account for you to launch your journey. And then, at some point, we have more understanding. For example, Miss Victoria, she has an experience of 2 years. She has some knowledge. She has faced some challenges. Now she is ready to take the next step. For example, we have our FI account. This is a very good account for people who have some experience. They will have better conditions. They will have easier access to the market. Now they can take a next step more in their risk journey, in their trading journey, and to make better results in general. So, with the FI account, you have the spread from 0.3 pips, $4 per lot, minimum deposit is $1,000, which is a very, let's say, middle of the ground, or let's say middle of the way kind of deposit for you to have the next step, which is tailored for your needs. We also have the zero account, which is basically for professionals. Does anyone in the audience have experience for more than 5 years? Can you raise your hand, please? Wow, amazing. Another one? Anyone else? So basically, most of you are beginners. Okay, great. What's your name, sir? Chala? What does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't know what it means. Come again? Okay, wow, very interesting, very interesting. See, it's like messages from the heaven about the names that we have. It's very interesting. Take a moment to appreciate what you see and understanding what is happening. So, for example, 5 years of trading. What was the most common challenge that you have in your journey? So, what was the most common challenge that you had in your journey? Yes? Wow. See, again, with the emotions, impulsiveness, risk management, and all of that. You see, these are very important points. We can see them repeating again and again and again. This is one of the most difficult challenges as a trader for you. So how do we help you? Offer you the zero account. Some of the best situations that you can reach with Maxify will give you very good conditions, as little as possible change, as best as possible conditions that you can use on the market, so that your issues can become less and less urgent for you and can reach your target much easier. Tell me, do you think those conditions are good for you or not? I guess yes, I will answer for you. The other point that we can have is for people who are midway. This is something that is becoming very popular lately. 30 minutes. You're positive 30 minutes. Okay, I'm joking. I will finish up. So, EA account, automation ready, connection for bots, and automation trading with 500 deposits. A lot of people, let me see, how many of you use AI these days? Raise your hand please. ChatGPT, anything, Gemini, what's your niche, what do you like? Sir, what's your favorite AI to use? Wow, you have a very good collection. The whole thing. Wow, very interesting. See? Now in these days, AI is taking over and you can use it in everything. And one of those solutions is use it for trading. When we give you the accessibility to use it, to be more sure about yourself, you'll be able to do that with only $500 deposit. So you can use your AI to help you have better signals, have better understanding. They will help you get a better outcome for yourself. Last but not least, why does it matter? All of this talking that we have is why does that matter? Why should we listen? Why should we do anything from what you say? Why? Because Maxify designed all of this for your success, for you, Mr. Success. This was designed for you to reach your success story, to become something that you want. He's the idol of himself, amazing. I'm just like, it's going strong. I really have a very huge aura coming from it. I like it, very good. Another point, emotions. Imagine, I feel like a magician at this point. I'm talking the same points people told. Emotions, with victory, the fear, the stress, again, the impulsiveness. For me, not making my risk plan correct. What does that do? We built a situation for you to remove your fears, your risk, and your hesitation. And what do you reach at this point? Empowering your first step. We are here to help you take your initial step, become something, do something, and reach something. Success, or running, I guess you learn also, or take control of your emotions, and take control of your impulsiveness. We are here to help you, we are here to listen for you. Feel free to reach us. We are here for you and listen from you and to give you what you need. What do? We give it back to people. Like you. Anyone watch back or something? You know, babe? No? Okay, nice. Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm way out of time and I have to finish. It was lovely meeting you here. Have a great day. Goodbye.
What an enriching session. Thank you so much. Everyone, let's give our panelists and our seminar a massive, well-deserved round of applause. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on stage Mr. Jamil Ahmad from GTC.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum, and I hope all of you are well. Thank you for being here today. So my name is Jamil, I'm the Chief Financial GTC, and in this 15 to 20 minutes that I have committed to talk today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a bit about my background. What I did see in the audience is that many of you are beginners. I also started doing this between 2007 and 2008. I'm then going to introduce a bit more about GTC brand, and then we're going to talk about what's happening in global financial markets, because we're living in very uncertain times, and we also have a lot of different volatility across different asset classes. But of course, all investments carry a degree of risk, and before I continue, I'm just going to read out to you our disclaimer. So, over-the-counter margin derivative contracts, including contracts for difference and spot foreign exchange, are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money, rapidly due to leverage. You should consider whether you understand how these products work and whether you can afford to take the high risk of losing your money. Independent professional advice is highly recommended for investing. This seminar serves as an educational purpose and will not include any financial recommendation or advice. Okay guys, so this content you're about to see is my own personal opinions on different trends that are taking place in global financial markets, what I'm looking out for over the next couple of months, and what I think might be happening when it comes to the global markets atmosphere. But the first thing I would point out is that many of you are new to doing this type of investing, is that trading is a skill. It's not something that you can just do and be very good at. Think of the way, if I use some metaphors, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo did not become arguably the best footballer on the planet just by playing football one day. Okay? Some of the same metaphors here apply to trading. It's not something you can just do and be successful at straight away. It's a skill you need to develop. And to develop that skill, you need to invest in your own knowledge. So let's talk a little bit about myself. So my name is Jamil, I'm the Chief Financial GTC. I actually started trading financial markets roughly 2008 and 2009, so I was one of you in the crowd. And later on, I actually became a global financial markets analyst. I have this beautiful, beautiful career path where I get to travel worldwide, to appear on mainstream news channels, have the opportunities to interview the likes of Jim Rogers. But the truth is, what I'm most passionate about is providing the right type of content to help you hopefully make more successful trading decisions and investing, developing your investing skills. Again, trading is a skill. It's something you need to develop. It's not something you can just do. So, why am I in the GTC brand? GTC is proof number 7, and essentially what we want to do is provide the right types of knowledge and to invest in private education and to share the right type of content. So in terms of myself and GTC, that's why these two brands match together. And the most beautiful part of my job, rather than be traveling around the world and appearing on these different outlets, having the opportunities to interview such esteemed professionals such as Jim Rogers and so forth, is that I get to meet you guys. I want to help you guys develop your own skills to understand more about what's happening in the world and how that can impact global financial markets. But speaking of Jim Rogers, so last year at the end of 2024, we hosted our first ever GTC Golden Falcon Awards. We had over 700 partners that came from more than 12 different countries for what was essentially the GTC Oscar Awards. Attendees of the Oscar Awards didn't only include Jim Rogers, we also had some members of the royal family, we also had the very famous singer Nora Fateh, and essentially there's still opportunities to participate in this award ceremony at the end of 2025. If you'd like to find out more, please visit us at booth number 7. So a little bit more about the GTC brand. You can see our global brand recognition and licenses in different jurisdictions on our screen here. We've got just close to 1 million served clients worldwide and a number of different awards that have been picked up globally. But let's get on now to the financial market content. And I think most of you will agree, if you are new to this and you're watching what's happening in the news, we have a lot of volatility that's taking place. And one instrument that I'm sure you guys are interested in is what's happening with the gold price. So, we've had a
And the main thing I want you to take into consideration or to remember, if nothing else from this speech, that don't really follow what you hear in the press, don't really follow the headlines. The headlines are usually, I want to say all time, but let's say usually late. Main example, if you want to check what happened 2 weeks ago, when the markets were dropping, when we were expecting a recession, when the tariff war was at its peak between the US and China, we've seen this huge drop. And after that, what happened? Did the prices go back up, or did they continue on their bear market? We've heard about the bear market. We've heard that, okay, we are entering a recession. We've heard that it's really bad. Donald Trump is going to turn, all stocks back to red. But then prices picked up. The charts told me another story, and the panic was just a way to buy the drop. And this is NASDAQ just after the news, just after when the peak of pessimism stroked the market. 20% recovery, and now even more. S&P, 5%. I think now it's even less than 5% away from its all-time high. I don't think that's a bear market, and we should have known that. And whenever I was requested to talk on some press platforms, I was always, the question felt like it's forced for me to actually say that yes, the situation is bad, probably the recession is going to continue. And I could try to find that, like, okay, but you need to remember Donald Trump, he always comes with the most unorthodox card, the most aggressive, just to then play it back down. And he's never going to go that crazy. He's never going to be enemy with everyone. It's obvious. And the retailers bought into the fear and just sold and lost, while institutions were positioning, they were buying NASDAQ. And the headlines were saying the total different. So if you want to really know where we are heading, I'll give you an easy way. Follow the liquidity. Let's not follow the headlines. Let's not follow my opinion and your opinion and another market analyst's opinion. Let us try to follow the liquidity. And a simple way to say, like, there's liquidity, there's money, it's going to go somewhere. And usually it will go to the high risk assets, but then it's going to go everywhere in the market. And this is why throughout history, whenever the liquidity is going up, S&P follows. Whenever it drops, S&P follows. Basic logic. You don't have to read all the articles, you don't have to read the NFP. Yes, if you are trading, it's important. But then if you are positioning yourself, it's not that much. And this is the clear answer to what to buy when everything is overbought. Let us try to understand the definition of overbought. Overbought meaning there's a lot of demand. Is the price inflated? What does it really mean? Are we in a bubble? And this is what we say about NASDAQ, about S&P, that we are in an all-time high, right? So it's probably overbought. But then you need to remember, everything we are, this sentence in itself is based on the fact that we are pricing things in fiat currency. Gold peaked above 3,000, reached $3,500. S&P peaked to this kind of point, above 5,000. We are pricing it in dollar. Bitcoin peaked above $100,000. We're pricing it in fiat currency. But if I want to compare the move of S&P to gold, to crypto, Bitcoin, let's take it as an example, and how much, return on investment throughout the year, I don't think I can say that S&P did the best or it's overbought. Bitcoin performed better, gold performed better, and then S&P, because I'm pricing it in fiat currency, definitely it was in a bullish momentum. If I want to price S&P in gold, it's barely, there was a stagnation. So if I'm comparing it to Bitcoin, it was not in a bearish momentum, but it was in a correction. So it's, whenever we're talking about a bubble, whenever we're talking about overbought, we need to understand the pricing, the very important piece of information that we forget about. What is being priced with? And what does that mean? Okay, it's overbought, there's huge liquidity, trillions of dollars worldwide of liquidity thrown in the market. Still, we're not seeing real ways to maybe bring down this liquidity. And regardless if it makes sense or not, regardless if it's logical, it's the fundamental support, but then if I want to follow the liquidity and where we think it's heading, this is I think we'll be moving back up. And just as, you know, all headlines were flashing red, recession's coming, worst performance for S&P, then VIX index, which is the volatility index, dropped back around 20. And that means that the markets are turning back to a more calm environment. And we've seen institutions buying with it, while the media were telling us otherwise. And this is why we always know, everyone knows that I need to buy the fear, sell the euphoria, but then we just don't do it because every time they manage to tell us it's different and the headlines get into us. Let's not try to do that. Let's try to see the data differently. And as we are expecting for rate cuts to drop, but liquidity to remain in the market, all the geopolitical tension disappeared in a couple of days. And this correction was honestly a healthy correction in the market in terms of percentage and how overbought was the indices. Then I don't think there's anything that might shape that image so far. And this is why we are expecting, even though there was like an overbought momentum in some assets, but it's still probably a bullish momentum. Or it will come back. So what do we buy? It's not definitely an advice. I hate to do that generally because it all depends on what you're looking for, your risk management, your goals and everything. But these are an interesting sectors, ideas to look at. You can mix and match. You can decide to look at some asset or some industry and try to hedge it with another asset. But these are some sectors. We did our research in the research department at Equity, and we came up with these very interesting points. I think we can start with the first one, definitely what's happening between the US and China. And there's always winners. We're not talking about tariffs, we're not talking about products, but we're talking about the middlemen that won't be really affected, and they will still be important and part of the game, whether there's any escalation or de-escalation. So definitely it's about logistics, it's about maybe different countries in Asia, whether we want to have exposure on India, on Vietnam, on South Korea. I think these are important exposure to have during this year and the years to come. And definitely AI, I believe that it's going to be more adopted in different industries. And then if we don't want to buy the hype that we've seen in NASDAQ, media and so on, we need to remember what the AI needs to function, whether it's coding, whether it's logistics, energy. And I think these...
Have you had an alternative?
Like difficulties that trade and how they can get out of it. And that is the reason why we need to focus on the psychology of trading, because it is very important to know what is your plan, what is your next move. Now, what could we do now that we understood these emotions and we can actually be aware of them? There's a few things that we can focus on, which is, first of all, we need to set realistic profit targets for us, and we need to learn when to exit the markets. We need to use risk management as well as practice discipline when needed. When it comes to learning from our regrets as well, we need to learn how to let go of the mistake that we did and move forward. We need to be objective. We need to maintain a perspective as well. When it comes to fear of missing out as well, we need to stick to our plan. We need to practice patience as well as focusing on long-term goals that we have already set up for ourselves prior to placing that trade. And for the ego as well, we need to stay humble. We need to accept responsibility and seek feedback from people that might actually know why the situation didn't turn out to be the way you expected it to. Now, here is just something I personally really like, and I used to think about when I started trading, which is just a famous quote from a Hungarian-American hedge fund manager. And I always think about it because it's really simple. We never really actually give it a thought, which is, it's not whether you're right or wrong, but how much money you make when you're right and how much money you lose when you're wrong. And I think this applies to a lot of us in our day-to-day lives as well as trading. Now, we understood these emotions that we discussed. We talked about how we can actually pinpoint them. Now we need to have a blueprint moving forward on how we can have a successful trading journey that would actually be profitable. It's not going to be emotionally draining, as well as it's not going to be demotivating us in the long term. And I would say we can start it off with having a trading plan. Having a trading plan will help you assess the market, help you assess what kind of situation you might or might not get yourself into and how you can predict it. And the second thing would be that you should have a journal. And keeping your journal is actually going to be very helpful for your transactions, so it can make you track your orders, and you can see how you can analyze your own trades based on logic and a plan. And another thing is that a market is a possibility and it's never a guarantee for any of us. We hope to enter the markets and make a beneficial profits and learn a bit more from that specific instrument that we happen to like. A lot of us have a specific instrument that maybe we understand a bit more than the others, the one that we have maybe a bit more luck than the others, and that is the one that we usually need to stick to so we can be professional at that specific instrument. And another thing that a lot of traders do, and I think I've done it myself, would be that I try to predict the future without, like, I'm trying to predict the future without actually having a concrete evidence that this is going to actually happen in the market. And this is something that we all fall victims to, and we need to focus on reacting to the current conditions of the market instead of predicting something that hasn't happened yet, and the analysis that we have does not support it whatsoever. And to just be a bit more ahead, it would be even better if we don't mix your styles of trading. That's something that we happen to do a lot as well, where we hear about this style of trading and we try to implement it on our trades, and then we get carried away with another one, and it moves on. And that is something that we should try to avoid as much as we can, because we're not going to be able to be a professional in every single level of these trades, but what we can do is we can try to be professional at one specific style of trading. And the last two things that I want us to remember would be that we need to choose a trend and we need to trade with it, which we've all heard a lot, but I don't think we actually follow it, which is another thing that a lot of traders fall into and they don't know how to get back up from it. I think at the end of it, we need to make this entire journey as simple as possible, because trading itself sometimes can be overwhelming, and there's a lot of information out there, there's a lot of brokers out there, and there's a lot of instruments as well. I think the last thing that I would like to say for everyone here would be that to try to simplify this as much as you can, so you can focus on the bigger picture and still remain calm and collective when you're making your decisions. Thank you so much.
Brokers are